The Angie Stone documentary was one of the most in-depth pieces that I've ever done on any one artist, and I really felt the calling and the need to tell her story, especially after everything that she went through. Um, People were asking me where I was when I found out that she had passed, and here's the crazy part. So on February 28th, I had gotten the clearance to be able to travel. And so I traveled, went and visited a friend down in Pensacola, right? And that night, we were just laid up watching different R&B acts and music videos, just kind of listening to the music, watching it on the TV. And Angie Stone's "Wish I Didn't Miss You" came on, and the video for it was playing, and I was sitting there watching it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I hadn't seen that video in so long, but I forgot just how stunning and radiant she looked in that video, and I was like, dang, she had it going on. Okay then. Okay then. So then after that, Luther Vandross, which I was actually working on a Luther documentary at that time. So he came on there, Never Too Much, one of my all-time favorite songs. And I was like, I want to hear Simply Red's Holding Back the Years too. So we played that too, not knowing that Angie Stone had done her own version of that song. So anyway, we, wind down, go to sleep, wake up the next morning, and she come in the room and she tell me, guess who died? And I'm like, who? And I'm waking up to this, mind you. And she's like, Angie Stone. And I'm like, what? Angie Stone does not die. Okay. I mean, I know we all die, but Angie Stone, what? And I'm thinking, okay, we just saw her last night. We were just watching her music videos last night. So what is this, some joke you're trying to tell me? I don't get the punchline. It's too early for all this. What is you talking about? She's like, no, she died. And I'm just like, who told you that? She's like, it's all over social media. And I'm just thinking, okay, it's one of those death hoax that, come on, if you're on TikTok, you'll see, what is it? So-and-so just died, however many minutes ago. They've been with these death hoax for forever. I mean, if you're on TikTok, you'll see, what's the name? Lil Durk dead at 37. I mean, that's been trending for so long. And Lil Durk ain't even 37. He's like 32 or something like that. But anywho, so I just thought it was one of those things. I'm like, I'm going to go on here. I'm going to see that it's fake. And then I'll let you know that what you were told was a lie. I go straight to Google. Sure enough, it says Angie Stone, date of death, March 1st, 2025. Now, mind you, at this point, it's not even registering in my mind that it is March. I'm still thinking along the lines of February. And I'm like, wait, February didn't have 29 days this year like how it did last year. And I'm like, are y'all serious? She really died? I'm like, how she died? And to find out she died in a car crash, I was like, that shit don't even sound right. You know what I'm saying? Once you get to a certain age, I know anybody can die anytime in any way, shape, or form, but it's like once you get past a certain threshold, dying in car crashes, that's something that, you think would happen to a younger person. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't think somebody like Angie Stone would have 45 years in the music business, built such a huge legacy for herself and for her children, and that she would go through everything she went through and all that just to die like that? What? Angie Stone does not die in no car crash. I don't know. And I'm not saying that she's above dying in that way, but it just, I still have trouble wrapping my head around it. So, I started doing my research. I'd already known a whole lot about her story, but I was like, nah, I definitely want to tell it. And then I started seeing all these other not documentaries, but just videos on Angie Stone and all these people saying all these different things. I'm like, y'all don't even know what y'all talking about. Y'all don't even know her like that. Y'all just jumped on the trend. Nah, her story needs to be told the right way. So I felt the need and I felt the calling. I felt the emotional connection to the things that she went through and the letdowns and the continuous disrespect. And I'm like, you know what? Nah, this is right here is what fuels my passion to tell these stories, by the way. Just so y'all know. If ever y'all were wondering what it is that fuels my passion, this right here. And then, of course, the way she died and how she died and the circumstances and more things that are still coming out. And my fear is that we might not ever know. We might not ever know the truth behind everything that went down. And honestly, the only thing that makes me feel at least somewhat at peace about Angie's situation is the fact that she herself is at peace and no longer has to worry about all the stuff that this industry and greedy people were putting her through. You know, now she gets to rest and she's where her mother and father are. So for that, I'm glad that she at least isn't suffering anymore, but I still feel that she passed way before her time. She only passed 4 years after her own mother. You know, it's like, dang, she was not even 65, not even 64. So yeah, we got to make these years count.